it is.
It looks like I might need to have, I come from Kitui. Sijui nihamie ushago sasa. Huko ndio kunakaa kuna pesa.
A lot has improved.
Yes. Okay, yes. Good stuff.
Karibu.
And someone listening to you, of course, you being a banker, they will be like, is this a banker or is this a farmer or an agronomist? Yeah?
I've been working with the farmers for the last 25 years.
25.
Since I joined KCB, we are deeply involved in supporting farmers. KCB has been in operation for over 200 years. I think that is what people don't know.
Right.
But we have been walking the journey with farmers for many years.
What is the secret to staying young? Because you look like you're 25, yet you're saying you've been in the industry for 25 years now. Hiyo utatupatia siri baadaye. Kuna segment shikwa na hosting nitakuintroduce. Uambie watu venye una rejuvenate. And then of course the last guest is Bridget Gashoki, who's the director, Aerocopter Group Limited. Aerocopter, are you a pilot?
Yes, I am.
No.
I am.
I was actually joking, you're a pilot?
Yes, but for fixed wing aircraft.
What does that even mean?
For like the aircrafts that fly, but also for drones.
That are not a chopper?
Yes.
So wewe ukipatiwa ni Cessna?
Cessnas.
Unaweza,
yes.
Ukapatiwa nitwangaje Boeing 747 unaweza?
Sina rating ya 747.
But unaweza. So in case of an emergency, tuseme pilot wetu wote wawili wamebleki.
Tutasoma manual to fly. Tutako pilot na mimi.
Okay, all right. So what is the connection between you and agriculture? Maybe you can, so that the viewers can know, we have a pilot on set, but what's the connection there?
So with our company, we offer drone-related agricultural services. Yes, and I am also a farmer. I farm avocados and rice in Mwea.
With these hills?
Imagine.
Where do you farm?
In Mwea.
Okay, so what do you farm?
Rice and avocados.
Hizi maova tunauziwa hapa hivi 70 bob zako. All right, so you're a drone, you say drone what?
We offer drone services, yes, with our company.
Right.
So we do a lot of precision agriculture and we do crop spraying for farmers.
Precision agriculture.
Yes.
Another term that maybe people are not necessarily used to.
Yes.
That is what exactly? Like you plant carrots precisely?
No, so when we talk about precision agriculture, it's just basically employing smart technologies in agriculture, right? So let's say like for avocados, with farmers with big lots of land, we are able to do tree counting for them to let them know exactly how many trees that they have on their farm. We also help them in terms of yield, which helps them with partners like KCB in terms of insurance, insuring their crop, because we are able to tell them how much yield to expect in terms of like harvest. We are also able to help them in terms of like analysis of pests and diseases in their farm. Wow. This is all precision agriculture.
Right.
Yes.
And you can tell all this from the air.
Yes.
Just unaangalia pale unaambia mzee we ile mti yako pale iko na a certain pest.
Yes, and also it's most of real time. You can have real time data.
Yes.
So when the drone is flying, right, you're able to see it from a display where there's issues in your farm, and you can tell really easily because there's a difference in color on the screen for crops that are healthy, fresh, and the ones that are dry. So the minute we identify that the area is dry, then we do more of an analysis of, is it a pest issue, is it water issue,
right, or
what other issue could be in that specific area. Then if it's something related to, let's say, pest control, then we're able to send the bigger drone to actually that specific location to do the spraying.
Okay.
Yes, because all the photos we take are geotagged.
So you just tell this drone, it's like a robot, you just take, okay, sasa, enda kwa geotag location, go do your thing.
Yes.
The drone lifts itself up, and it goes, does the spraying, takes pictures or whatever it's taking, and then it flies back and sends all this data to your servers, and you guys are able now to share that with farmers.
Yes, because we also partner up with agronomists who help us in terms of analysis of the data. We have softwares, but we also like working with agronomists because it also helps in terms of local agronomists really understand our climate and they understand what our farmers are looking for. So it's much easier to work with local personnel. Yes.
Grace, let me come back to you on this one. It looks like I'll be going like this round and round and round. So Grace, she has just said that she partners with companies such as yours to share this data, gather data. Maybe you can tell us the kinds of benefits there are partnering with such a, do I call it pivotal partner when it comes to agriculture?
As my friend has said, you see, if given a chance to partner with them, number one, the farmers will use accurate chemicals and there's less wastage. And again, there's time saving. Like you see, farmers, the farmers who have big farms, they have a challenge of spraying. And if we get the drone, then it means we will make the work easier.
Right.
And as he has said, we will also identify the challenges that they are facing through that technology. And this will help the farmers get the best yield, and we will have enough money in our pockets.
And I was told that an agronomist is literally ule mtu anakuanga kwa shamba pale.
Sure.
You are the guys who wear the gumboots.
Yes.
Unaingia kwa shamba, you get dirty, and you know, basically just take a farmer through some processes that they might not even know of, and so on and so forth. So now that we have this kind of technology, you really don't need to be in the field.
No.
Yeah?
We have to be there.
Oh, really?
Yes, we
Because
are very
if
important.
the drone is taking pictures, if the drone can identify a certain pest or maybe even a disease, do the spraying, sasa when you kwambia tu farmer, sasa ongeni na kina Bridget hapa, everything else is going to be taken care of.
No, you know, with taking the picture, you have to bring it to me for me to analyze. Then I tell you, this is what is disturbing you and this is the solution. You see,
Right.
I am the person who has the solution. She has the solution of saving costs, saving time,
Right.
and new technology.
Okay.
Personally, I have the chemicals. I can analyze the problem and give the solution.
Nice.
Yeah.
KCB, a whole bank. You guys are supposed to be giving money, saving money for us, and, you know, just taking care of our money. But because of innovation now, banking has to literally put its tentacles everywhere. How has it been? And I know you've said you've been in the industry for 25 years, but now what is the metamorphosis since you began and right now? What are some of the key maybe differences you can say? 25 years ago, this wasn't there, now it's there, and this is how it has transformed.
Banking has really evolved, and the same way in agriculture. Basically, those times people are not investing so much in research. People are not forward-looking, futuristic.
Right.
But when you look at banking now, we are using a lot of technology to ensure that we deliver the best services to our customers. When you look at banks now, we have gone into mobile technology, internet banking. We are working closely with them. We are getting out to join
these farmers.
Yes, to understand what they are doing and solutions that we can offer to ensure that really they are able to farm better, to increase in productivity, to preserve the environment, sustainability in farming, using proper inputs. The way Bridget said, we are now using drones, and as we have to come in and support in terms of financing this.
Right.
We've had farmers who've walked in to ask us to finance technology to enable them farm better. Like drone, you know, we have a drone in terms of monitoring the crop. We have farmers who have come in to look at digital banking.
Right.
We look at now people investing in more superior technology to support farming. The other day I was, and you can't believe it,
Yes.
Mwingi, somebody who has set up a factory to process, you know, yogurt, and he's buying from farmers in Embu milk.
What?
Quite
a distance, eh?
Yes. And he's able now to sell yogurt all the way to Dadaab. Okay, so they come in for financing for such equipments. We have now farmers who are investing in superior water resource management systems, hydroponic farming.
Yes.
They want to use less water to minimize and improve on their productivity. So as a bank, we are playing a bigger role. these are not days when we sit back and leave farmers just to walk the journey themselves.
Right.
We join in to support, and we support in terms of financing, we support in terms of holding exhibitions like what we are going to have in Mwea next Friday and Saturday, so that our farmers can learn more about what is happening in the space of agriculture,
right,
and do the right activities around their farms. We protect our soil health. We ensure that we have sustainable farming, which will enable us use the limited resources that we have to produce more, and also make sure that we preserve the environment for the future generations.
We also see, sorry, in the last couple of decades, we've seen now banks, of course, evolving from just, you know, deposit-taking, deposit-keeping institutions to now even asset financing. And then you have mentioned that they are trying to get literally now into the agriculture sector. Are we going to see like a different, or maybe is it even there? You can tell us. Is there like a department at your bank that is literally just there for farmers? Someone can walk into the branch, just like the way an executive banker will go to the executive branch or whatever. An asset person will go to the asset people. Is there like an agriculture office? I walk into KCB napata kuna mtu pale anashughulikia wakulima.
Yes, very true, Mbuvi. What we have done is KCB being a national bank with a national outlook, we have now invested heavily in agriculture. And what we have done in all our 216 branches, we have agri-business advisors. So when you walk into any branch, be it Mwea branch, be it Mwingi, Machakos, you'll find somebody dealing with agriculture, and we are treating agriculture as a business. So we support farmers to be able to increase productivity, use less. These are experts who have great knowledge in agricultural financing. They will advise farmers and even link them with our various partners. We have so many partners on board who have come in to support us, and we work with them to ensure that we deliver the best advice, the best service to our farmers. If they are machineries, we have the best partners. If they are farm inputs, now things are changing. We are no longer just taking on board any form of fertilizers.
Right.
We want fertilizers which will be able to rejuvenate our soil, the way Bridget said, which will help us to sustain productivity in our farms.
Okay.
So we have our advisors on the ground, and even at head office level, we have colleagues in agribusiness department,
right,
who do constant research and advise our branches on the best practices on the ground.
Nice.
So KCB is well-rounded to deliver the best solutions to our customers through these advisors that we have in our branches.
All right.
And actually we encourage people to visit and participate and listen to these advisors so that we can be able really to develop agriculture as a business.
Okay.
No, in the past, people never used to look at agriculture as a business. But agriculture is a huge business, employing so many people,
yes,
and producing so much in this economy.
Actually, kitambo agriculture used to be looked upon like ile kazi ya wale watu wameanguka shule, waende wakakuwa wakulima. I don't know if you si ndio?
Yeah,
zile za wewe ulipata sasa hii unaweza kwenda university enda ulime ushago.
Yeah.
All right, so Bridget, let's talk about, you know, the way you collect data as a so mimi mkamba, forgive me. So assuming this data has been collected and also, how do you ensure effective utilization of that particular data through the various partnerships you guys are doing?
Okay,
maybe you can give us like a process.
Okay, so in terms of collection of the data, the drones themselves have different sensors. So the different sensors collect data differently. So I'll just mention a few. So we have drones that have RGB sensors, multispectral and thermal. So multispectral and thermal are the most geared to agricultural services, and with those it's much easier to detect pests and things like that. So once we've collected this data that I've told you is now geotagged,
right,
we then we have softwares that work with our drones, right? To now do the analysis of the data. And then once we have that data, we now talk to agronomists. Yes, the software already gives us an analysis of the data, but we want to make sure that our farmers have the right information, right? So we go to the agronomists and we tell them, okay, this is the analysis we've been given by our softwares, because the softwares are actually, they have knowledge from agronomists, yeah? But you still need the agronomist to tell you, okay, with this data, this is a solution you need to have. And that's why we insist on partnering up with experts, whether it's in agriculture or even in surveying and mapping. We work with geospatial engineers.
Oh, so you guys also do that as well?
Yes, we offer an array of services. We do stockpile management in construction, in mining. We do a lot of services. But agriculture is one of our core businesses because, like I said, I'm a farmer and agriculture is the biggest industry in Kenya.
So do you actually go to the farm or do you send drones?
Every single week I go to the farm with the drones. I'll invite you next time.
So you walk there like Tony Stark, Iron Man.
I should find an Iron Man outfit.
Grace, she has said that sometimes even the drones, the software that is used is obviously using knowledge that has been collected over time from individuals like yourself, an agronomist. So same question I asked her. In terms of getting accurate data, how helpful is a drone or this kind of technology when it comes to telling you this is what is happening? Say, mmekuja kwa shamba yangu, niko na shamba Mwea, si ndio? And then the drone does its thing. Mekuja imefanya mapping. It has told me I have 2 tabs soluta there. I have some, God knows what else on the other side. So how are you able to translate that to a farmer who probably has never even gone to school, that layman who just wants to know what I need to do in my farm to make things work?
The best thing with those things like the tutor, the ones you've mentioned, for you to identify there's a tutor, there must be a damage.
Yes.
So the drone will take that picture of the damage it will bring. The threshold of the damage is the one that will determine whether the farmer will cater that extra cost to keep away the pest. Like if the farmer realizes that it's the time the tutor is coming in,
yes,
he is able now to buy chemicals from us and spray. And through that, the farmer also, you see, farmers are man ke see, man ke do.
Exactly.
They cannot just follow everything that you've told them. You tell them that, like, you have tutor and there's now tutor. They have to see it and see, this is what is affecting me and I need a solution. So there, it's where now you tell the farmer, and with the technology, the drone technology, you'll be in a position to analyze and know, like the threshold is this much. This is the loss it can give you.
Right.
And then the farmer is able to know now, if I spray, I'll have saved this amount of money. And if the threshold is too much, then the farmer will just give up.
Okay. All right. Interesting. So we're going to take a short break, guys. When we return, we revisit this conversation. You have any questions, you can let us know via our WhatsApp number. It's right there on your screen. Find me on Twitter as well, at Mwea Movie, across all social medias as well. And we shall definitely help you become that farmer that you need to be. Don't go too far. Tuaja sasa hivi.
Now, Tech and Trends segment hosted by Mbuvi Mungala. He'll be discussing agroecology with special guest Godfrey Ikigu, Yara East Africa agronomist. Next, K24 This Morning interactive session with Shiko Kaitani and Mungala Mbuvi, who'll be giving us the latest gossip, trends and much more to brighten your morning. And later, the gospel music show Inuka. It features inspirational praise and worship music from your favorite artists with uplifting Bible quotes.
It's time to bounce. It's time to lead. It's time to shout. Time for new dreams. Time for new drip. Time for new scenes. Time to tear up the script. So bring the noise. Bring the fire. We're flying high. Time to get higher. It's game time. It's our time. Alexander-Arnold! It's go time. Holland! It's showtime. Showtime. Premier League, the opening week. Let's go.
Have you watched K24? We would love to hear from you. Send us your feedback on what you like and what you don't like and why. You can use any platform to reach us. We can be reached on Facebook, SMS, Twitter, and WhatsApp.
Mosiro ni sehemu moja kafu kabisa. Maji haipatikani kwa urahisi na mashule ni chache na barabara ni mbovu. Pia tunafunga shule mapema kwa sababu ya kutokuwa na maji.
Tulipo hapa ni sehemu inajulikana kama Mosiro Dispensary. Tunapozungumza pia tumeleta sanitizers kadhaa na pia tumeleta sabuni na pia zile dispensers. Angalau watu hapa wanapata nafasi ya kuosha mikono, wanapata nafasi ya kuwa na maji.
Asante sana Tatua Tatu.
Kila wakati ambapo unacheza Tatua Tatu, asilimia fulani inakuja kusaidia watu kiasi hiki ama jinsi hivi. Kwa hivyo shukran sana kwako, endelea kucheza Tatua Tatu. Kumbuka ni rahisi kama 1 2 3.
Tatua Tatu asholeng.
Na wogi jolong ala Tatua Tatu asholeng.
Tatua Tatu asholeng weleng.
Kula pamoja, kucheka pamoja na kuomba pamoja. Haya yawe nyenzo za siri ya upendo wetu kama familia, kama jamii na kama taifa.
Kupata pamoja kama skiza tune yako, dial *811 *620#.
Welcome back. This is K24 this morning. It's a Thursday, so technology and trends. We're focusing today on agroecology, if I may call it that. And I have Amiran in the house. They are here as agronomist experts. We also have KCB. These are the financiers, but also apparently in their branches, they can advise you on best agricultural practices. If you're coming from Nyeri, they can tell you huku panda hii because inakadi kama watu wengi ndio wanapanda na iko na pesa. And also we do have aerocopter. Aerocopter, sindio? Yes. Nimekuwa msharp sasa. Aerocopter, these are more or less like the word suggests. They fly over your shamba. They tell you what's happening. If there's a lion somewhere that wants to eat your cow, watakwambia kuna lion on the southeast end. Wende ungangane nayo kama Masai. Yeah, so welcome to the show once again, guys. I want to start with you, KCB, as far as our conversation is concerned. And I have a very interesting question here. Let me see if I can... SME focus and sustainability. Do you consider farmers as SMEs or even because I know that even farming has got its own level of kuna large scale farmers, small scale farmers, and tycoons. How do you when now you come and focus on this particular farmers and you want to have sustainable relationships with them, how do you focus on them as SMEs?
Yes, in the bank we have, as I said, we look at farmers as business people, because farming is huge. It's creating a lot of employment in this economy. It is feeding our economy. It is bringing us foreign exchange. So we push agribusiness as a sector of MSMEs, and we look at farmers at different levels. we have farmers, we look at agribusiness from an individual perspective, where one farmer can walk in and we look at his proposition. We also look at agribusiness from a cooperative position.
Right.
Because we have a lot of cooperative societies, especially in Kirinyaga, Nyeri, County, Machakos, who are pushing farming in coffee, tea, through cooperative societies. So we also look at it that way. And we also have limited companies which are really involved in agribusiness. So we also have aggregators nowadays. When you move to areas like Kirinyaga, you will find people who are doing aggregation of farm produce. So we look at this differently. We have exporters who also buy this, and we also look at them as SMEs who are actually in agribusiness space.
Right.
So we have a lot of, and you'll find at our branches, we look at them as business people. When they come to us, we will have a conversation with them, get to understand what they are doing. When you look at individual farmers, probably they'll be having like pay slips, just who have supplied coffee or tea to factories. Then we'll ask them about their pay slips to enable us understand how they are doing their business.
Right.
We look at contracts. Farmers are now entering into contracts with aggregators. So we are able now to look at how do we come in to bolster their business. So we look at it as a business venture for farmers,
right,
to enable them produce more with lesser resources. We have a lot of partners, as I said, who are working with us to ensure that actually we are able to deliver the right solutions.
And so how do you assist them or help them to adopt sustainable agricultural practices? Through the partners?
Yes, through the partners. We are holding a lot of exhibitions. We bring our partners together and have exhibitions, seminars where farmers can come in actually and learn the best practices, like what Bridget is talking about, using drones just to survey your farm, understand what is happening around your farm,
right,
and now come up with the right solutions to ensure that you bolster your production. We have even seminars, and to some extent we have even moved some of our farmers to visit international companies outside the country.
Really?
Through our Biashara Club. We have a Biashara Club for business people.
Yes.
So we look at farming as business, and we have also incorporated these farmers into the club.
So do you take them, Mama? They take themselves through the club, Mama? What happens?
We have different arrangements. Farmers are actually members of the club.
Okay.
So we work with our partners to ensure that we take them out to see best practices.
Right.
For example, in Israel, where we are doing a lot of hydroponic farming, our farmers are able now to learn how to use less resources and water resources to produce more.
Yes.
We also have seminars where they are able to attend, and even locally, like what we are going to have in Mwea, a seminar where they are coming in and learning more about farming and produce and best practices. So when they go back, they become better producers.
So can I join this club? I want to go to Israel.
Definitely, as long as you are a farmer, and you are a KCB customer, you are always welcome.
That is one step closer to Israel. Tunaweza tumia drone yako. Itafika Israel
if you only knew earlier.
Itaishia mafuta hapa Turkana.
Hapa Machakos.
Grace, in terms of partnerships again, with people like banks. By the way, do you partner with banks in assisting customers? Ama nyinyi mnapitianga njia mrefu hivi?
Hapana. What we do, and actually my friend can confirm.
Right.
Before, farmers were not thinking whether they can have the bank products helping them. They thought like farming is about them and the agronomists. But now we are improving and given a chance now that the KCB, they are ready to give us a chance.
And take us to Israel.
And take us to, yeah, you know, when you go to Israel, you'll also find our remnants there, Amirans.
Yes.
So given a chance to partner with KCB, I know, of course, most of the farmers will get the loans there and they will get the financial support. And that means, in fact, it will have made my work easier.
Okay.
Because most of the time you go to the farm and then the farmer is telling you now, maybe you give me these chemicals on credit, then I'll pay you once I harvest. So having these people is very important.
Yes.
Because now I know every time I go to the farm that has the money will just tell me, give me the products, get your money.
All right.
So this is very good. And
so you're safer with?
We are safer now.
With Simon on your side?
Yeah, we are very safe.
Hata nilipa wapendo wasipende.
Yeah, you know, before you could be like, nyanya zikikosa bei, like, mimi huyu mkulima hatai nilipa. But now when we will partner with them, everything will be smooth. I know that even if I sell to that customer a product of 1 million,
yes,
I'm promised that I'll get my money.
Mnozanga products za 1 million?
Even more.
1 million bob?
Yes.
Kuna farmer sasa anakupatia check ya 1 million?
More than that.
What am I doing here?
Farming is full of money.
There's a lot of money, yeah?
Yeah, that's why you will find
yes,
most of the people, like in my area, Mwea,
yes,
farmers, most of the farmers are doing tomato farming because of late.
Yeah.
Most of the people you've seen, they have good cars. They are farmers.
Yes, I know. Actually, a lot of people are driving, you know, these big SUVs.
They are farmers.
There's some
Ford.
Watu wako na pesa.
Watu wako na pesa. Huko kwa mchanga iko pesa.
Niko na swali kuhusu mchanga and the chemicals, of course, that we're putting there.
Yeah.
And Bridget just told us a couple of minutes ago when we were off air that it has, you know, using the drone technology, for example, has assisted her cut costs on fertilizer use, and especially right now, there's a lot of drama as far as fertilizer is concerned.
Yeah.
Maybe you can just give us an overview of how partnering with people like Agitech is helping farmers cut down on using this harmful chemicals.
You see, number one, when you come to usage of fertilizers and chemicals, farmers have been overusing. Like this, let's say an acre of a land, you require only 200 kgs. Then another farmer will use like 500 kgs. So it means that that farmer has overused the fertilizer. But if now with the drone, the farmer will know exact measurement of the land and what it requires. We always recommend, if it's an acre, we will always tell you, you need to put 200 kgs per acre. But most of the farmers are doing even up to 600 kgs.
Why?
Which is a total loss.
Why would anyone do that?
Because most of the farmers, they are looking at, they have that mentality of, when I put more fertilizers, the more I'm going to get more yields, which is not true.
Are they, okay, sitaki kuita jina mbaya, but ni wajinga kiasi hiyo?
It's just a notion.
Okay.
Yeah, they believe in that, but now we are trying to tell them that even if, like today, if I give you a full bottle of 10 liters, I tell you now you have to take this water. You can't take. But if I give you 1 liter, you're comfortable with it and you'll take it and finish it up.
So in 10 days, I'll do 10 liters.
Yeah. So you see, farmers are forgetting. Like my friend said that she does rice and, you know,
avocados.
And avocados. You see, rice, it's very different from other crops. You put more fertilizers, it will not even give you any yield. We always say that in our overbear. Yeah. You know, ita over vegetate, ikue very bushy, ikue very tall, then you
but
find
nothing.
yourself nothing.
No rice.
So maybe you can only sell the hay. But when unaweza pata, there is a farmer who has used less fertilizer na akue na a lot of yield.
Kue na mchele.
So that's what we are trying to make our farmers understand, because now you see the cost of production when it's very high and then you find you have no produce. That's total loss.
Yeah.
And even if they go to the KCB, I'm sure you will not give them money.
Simon atakuja waambie sasa hii ni nini umefanya
huyu
pia.
Unapoteza pesa. That's why we are there to advise them, to take them through, so that you see when the farmers are excelling, we are also excelling in one way or the other.
All right.
And through that, I think even the drone has come in the very right time, because of course, if you've been to Mwea, you know very well we have been having some attacks from the fall armyworm. You find the rice fields, you know, they are it's a very big piece of land.
Yes.
You cannot really say that if this farmer A sprays today, farmer B will spray maybe next week. So it means even the farmer B's farm will affect the farmer A.
So the worms migrate from one farm to the next.
So I think with this technology of drone, whenever we are faced with such a challenge, it's very easy to have that problem solved with the shortest time possible.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Bridget, maybe now I can come to you and you can tell us from first-hand experience. You used the drone technology, used less fertilizer. How did that happen?
Okay, so we were using it as a case study, because when we first started offering these services, we had mainly worked with maize. So we wanted to see how we can translate the service into more crops. So we then decided to do the case study on the farm that I'm currently farming on. And what we did is that we started monitoring the rice. Immediately we transplanted it from the nursery.
Okay.
Yeah? Because with the rice, you first put it in the nursery for a month, and then you now transplant it to the rest of the farm. Now, when we did that, we realized that, and I'm sure she can attest to this, like at the end of the life cycle of the crop, that's when you find there's more nutrients in the soil than at the beginning. So then we realized that how we were doing our application was not correct. So then we went back and we took samples now of the soil, did the analysis, so which areas had more nutrient, so that now when we were planting in the next season, we were only putting fertilizer and everything else where it was really necessary. So when you do the analysis with the drone, when you do the analysis with the drone, you're able to gauge the nitrogen levels in the crop, and that's how you determine how much fertilizer
all these
you
from
can
the
put
sky.
in. Yes, that's how you can determine how much fertilizer you need in which area of your farm.
Where?
Yeah.
And then the issue she said about, sorry, the neighboring farmers, if they don't take care of their farms, where yako umeweka dawa vizuri, then you know some random guy on the other side hasn't done it. So now what happens?
I can understand where she's coming from, because that happens a lot. I'm sure you've seen when you're driving into Mwea, there's a first section where the irrigation scheme is.
Yes.
So there's the plots look sort of like one, but it's different farmers on those plots.
Okay.
That's where the main issue comes in. For us, we are lucky in the sense of like we have like a certain spacing between us and our neighbors.
The next farmer.
And also with where we farm, it's called Ngushui. In Ngushui, everybody does planting at the same time. We all spray at the same time.
So mnasikizana.
Tunasikizana.
Sasa mtu akiamka tu na ile siku mlikuwa mmeplan unasema okay, today 31st of August we are planting. Then Simon just wakes up with his own mood swings.
Because the workers come and they plant on my farm today, because during planting it's half day.
It's the same farm.
Yeah, it's the same workers that are coming to plant for us that plant for our neighbors, right?
Okay.
So then they'll come plant for me for half of the day, and then they'll go plant for somebody else the remainder half of the day, because it's also a lot of work. So then they do get tired. But then you'll find most of the time during planting, we only plant for the first half of the day.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Simon, you know, listening to these ladies, it looks like even on your end, there's quite a lot to be done, a lot of visiting, a lot of farmers to talk to, because that's what imagine you've given me a loan, and I'm supposed to do these best agricultural practices. If I don't, then I have lost for sure, but you know, in a sense, that's headache for you.
True. And what you've realized of late, what KCB is doing more, you realize we discovered a bit of knowledge gap amongst our farmers. And just relating to what she was saying, you find farmers are not clear on how to mix inputs. And as a bank, that is how we come in. Apart from just financing farmers to go and purchase inputs, we are going a step further and enabling them to attend our seminars. We hold a lot of seminars through our partners who come in to talk to farmers on how to employ best practices, which will help them not just to produce, but to produce efficiently more, so that they are able to produce more quality, quality produce, so that the produce can get better price at the market. And that means more revenue to the farmers. So we have partners like them whom we are working closely, hold seminars, exhibitions, encourage our farmers to participate. When you go down to our branches, we have been able to put farmers into various crops which they are farming. So when we have partners who are doing certain events, we call them and tell them and facilitate them to attend so that they can get this knowledge. The way she was saying, if farmers don't work together, then it becomes a problem. You spray in your farm and worms move to the next farm because the other guy has not sprayed. So then we are looking at farmers working collectively in a certain area to enhance productivity.
So what if this farmer is your customer, that farmer is your customer, this one is not, this one is. Sasa huyu farm yake ameachilia, iko na pests of all nature, na sasa mnakuja, sasa mtafanya aje? Mtamlazimisha kuwa customer wenu ama itakuwa namna, ama you'll give her advice regardless of where
we move out. I think what you will realize now with bank staff, we are moving out more. And when we go out, we don't just go out alone. We are working with our partners in various areas. If you go to a place like Mwea, for example, you find we are on platforms of many groups. So when we are moving out to visit farmers in a certain area, we also go along with our partners. And you know, knowledge is power. When you are able to talk to people from a point of knowledge, you realize they are able to listen to you better and put into practice what they have heard. It might not be conclusive, but a larger portion of it will be adopted. And with time, we are able now to improve farming for our farmers.
Structured loans. You're giving farmers structured loans because I know there's a question that within that particular area. So how do you, structure these loans, and how does it help farmers in the whole issue of sustainability? Maybe you can just give us a brief on that one.
Yes, we have a number of structured loans. We have looked at farmers in different buckets, the way I said. We have farmers who are doing tea. So in tea, you'll find we have a product for Mavuno loan for tea farmers. We have Mavuno loan for coffee farmers. We have structured loans to support development of factories. We have uptakers who go to add value to what farmers have produced. So we also have loans which help them to set up machinery to help add value. And this is happening across. When I walk around Central, because I've worked in Central many years, you go to Nyeri and you find somebody has set up a factory. Mwingi, the way I was telling you, we were able to finance somebody to put up a factory to process milk for farmers, bringing it all the way from Embu to Mwingi and process and sell as yogurt. And employ more Kenyans. So it makes us proud as KCB really to be associated with such projects through our products, which become easier. And we have also structured these products in a manner that farmers don't have to pay immediately. Depending on your contracts, we make it flexible to pay when you are able. Probably quarter, a year, half yearly, or even after 12 months, depending on your production cycle.
Na mkono imani? Ati 12 years, 12 months. Hey, mkono imani. Mkono imani sana, but that's good to know. And this is a question I know because I know you're all going to be on, is it the 8th and the 9th?
Yes.
In a week's time. Maybe I can start with you, Grace. What are you going to be doing on the 8th at Mwea? Maybe you can let the viewers know so that they can come and see you.
Okay, on 8th and 9th, we are going to have the exhibition. The exhibition has a good exposure, especially to farmers and those people who are intending to get into farming, because we will be showcasing different crops. Like at my block, the Amiran block, you'll find we have tomatoes and we have different varieties, of course. And the varieties are, we have them and we will advise them accordingly, like which variety suits which area. We have also the kales. You know, we are now coming into new varieties which are now hybrids.
Right.
We have the cabbages, we have melon, we have cucumber, we have courgettes. Yani, we have all the crops that basically a farmer needs to have in order to have money.
Okay.
So once you come in our tent, you will find all the crops that we've grown. You will see what we've used. We have a good range of products. You know, our company is an international company that has irrigation department. We have seeds department and chemicals and fertilizers with us. So it's one round table whereby a farmer will learn a lot of things, and just through implementing them, then the farmer will get the success of farming.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Aerocopter, you're going to be there with your drones. Are you going to let me play with them? Can I just like fly one, two, hivi, two kidogo into the night?
Come and then we'll talk. But yes, we're going
History
to be
come we talk new wongo. But anyway.
I will be there on the 8th and 9th with my team.
Yeah.
We're going to be demonstrating on the farm, maybe on some of the Amiran produce. We're also going to be showcasing some of the projects that we've done, and we'll also be educating farmers on our stand on how our services can help them and where they can find us.
Oh,
yes.
Nice. Are you guys only in Mwea, or you're all over?
We are everywhere.
Right.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, we are everywhere.
KCB?
KCB, definitely.
Yes.
We are there, and we are big players in the event, and we are encouraging our farmers. We have already contacted a number of people, but I also want to take this chance to invite more people to come, especially from the mountain area. We shall have many of our partners participating. So it's important that we come, learn about the best practices in farming. How can we, as we do these farming activities, also take care of our environment, because environment is key. Is a blessing that we have today, but we have to use it in a sustainable manner to ensure that we leave a better place for our future generations.
All right.
So we welcome all people to come on board, and we shall have all our advisors on board to advise and interact with the customers.
All right. Would you like to give them a telephone number they can reach you on?
Yes. My number is 0721 297 450.
Nice. Grace, is there a way we can reach you?
Yeah.
Ama tukuje huko tu?
No, you can reach me through 0111 646824. That number, when you call it, you'll find me.
Ni wewe tutapata?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then,
usiku na mchana?
Usiku na mchana.
Bwanako hana shida?
Hiyo ni namba ya kazi, so of course he has to understand that I'm a business person.
So wapige business hours?
Wapige business hours na wakuje hiyo siku tusome. Ndio, of course we have new technologies also.
Okay.
You know, Amiran is full of technologies. We have the technologies from Israel, and we also would like to showcase to our farmers. So let them come all, we learn together.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, karibu sana. Director amechukua namba yako, amesema atakupigia. Bridget, how can we reach Aerocopter?
So you can reach us on email info@aerocoptergroup.com.
Utaki kupeana namba yako?
You can also call us.
Oh, okay. Anza na email. Nimekukata. Sorry.
You can contact us on email at info@aerocoptergroup.com. There's always people on standby to answer your emails, and you can contact us directly on WhatsApp or on call on 0792 582 133.
All right, good stuff. There you have it. Hiyo ni yako ama ni ya biashara?
I will answer the phone. You want to call me now?
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for coming.
Thank you so much for hosting us.
And that's the end of the conversation, guys. Like I said, sikuangi mchoyo na hizo number in case zimekupita. The show is on YouTube. Go watch it as many times as you want. Get those numbers and then you know, call them, visit them in Mwea. It will be on when? Friday and Saturday. Yes. Visit them rather on Friday and Saturday. Get to learn more about farming. I think I'm gonna be there. I want to play with the drones. Yeah. Ndakuja. Mimi ndo kana kuja sherehe. So mtaniona Friday jioni. All right, so guys, this is where we take a break as far as this conversation is concerned, but do not go anywhere. Shiko Kaita, I hope she's here. Shiko, tunafanya interactive in the next few minutes, so don't go anywhere.